Good afternoon, comic book fans. Welcome back to Ka-Pow Comics. Yes, it's the afternoon. I do this in the morning, and that's usually because we pay for an AM delivery, which today TNT decided meant 11:59, but then I did 3 trips from his van, so actually 12:01 by the time I got everything. I've really done as quick as I can to get this sorted now. Thankfully, it's not a huge delivery. I will go through what we've got, though. This includes some back orders, some cool one-shots, and unfortunately some missing stuff which I really wish wasn't missing. But I'll do my best, try and get it all sorted out so everyone knows what they've got. This is mainly for people who actually come into my store. Bye. I do get a few people who watch this who just, maybe like the reviews, I don't know. But hi to anyone who's watching. And if you are one of my regular customers, I had an awful lot of fun this morning tearing down the sign on the door that said maximum 3 customers. We are now opening both our doors and letting people come in. As long as people are sensible and don't, run up and hug random strangers who clearly don't want them to, we're good with it. But that's for later. For now, start with some manga. I'm going to start with Black Clover, in fact. We have both volumes 20 and 21 arrive. I think one is a back order, one's new. I honestly don't know. I don't read Black Clover. Latest Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess, which is new. Persona 5 Volume 6. Just come in. This one, simply, I think just me ordering everything with My Hero Academia on it. Team-up missions, which just looks like another random spin-off thing. Speaking of random spin-offs from My Hero Academia, Vigilantes as well. So there you go. That's some manga. It's all cool. One of the things we have a bit of an issue with today, I feel kind of bad for this one, that arrived as is. Somebody had laid it so the end was sticking out and then put a lot of the boxes down and it pushed that end up. I have raised it as a shortage. I will hopefully get some more. But for the person who gets Wonder Girl issue 1 regular cover, you can either wait a week and hope we get the sent back to us, or pay a tiny bit extra and get the cardstock cover. I know it seems like I'm asking you to pay more money. I'm not, honestly. I don't mind if you want to wait, but that's honestly how it arrived. You can see that curve goes all the way to the other end because it was sat and then got squished. Well, if you want the damaged one, that's fine. I'm not saying you have to take it. It's ew. If we can get an email from them saying we'll definitely get a replacement on the way, I'll let you have this one for free because it's damaged, but I'll need to make sure we've got it replaced before I say that. Onwards. This one, ordered in error, me in a hurry, ordering Young Justice Volume 2 and getting Young Justice based on the hit TV show rather than the Brian Michael Bendis Young Justice. It happens when you order in a hurry. Homesick Pilots, though, that is brand new in. I am looking forward to giving this one a read. Thoroughly enjoyed the first couple of issues, but sadly just kept selling out of them. Another Dark Knight's Death Metal War of the Multiverse's stupidly long title. I think this might be all of them now. The other day I went through somebody who had not been collecting their stuff and realized quite how many spin-offs there were. Oh, like so many. Right, this one is just a back order, Sandman Volume 4. These next two are kind of odd ones. One of them is a one-shot off order for somebody who shops here, but I totally have never had this one in before, so I thought I'd mention we can get it. The Life and Times of Martha Washington in the 21st Century by 2 excellent talents there. This is a fairly recent reprint. It's excellent quality. Dave Gibbons' artwork is spectacular. If anyone else wants it, give me a shout. I think I might order one of these just for the shelf because it is a really nice one to have. This one is moderately recent, but I totally missed it when I saw it on the orders. So I thought, let's add it on now. Barrio, Windsor Smith's Monsters. I flipped through this a little bit, and it is just a really good-looking thing. Straight with the board. Well, it will, but I'll say, hopefully I'll be able to get you without even charging you. This one has some minor cosmetic damage on the bottom of the covers there, front and back. Inside, though, absolutely perfect. No issue whatsoever with any of the pages. Not a good day for damage stuff, but that one at least isn't too bad. Onto some related products now. Some pretty cool stuff, if I'm completely honest. Modok, which you'll all already seen as the thumbnail of me doing my best Modok impression. Looking forward to watching TV series this. Big fan of Patton Oswalt, and I think he's the perfect casting for it. No way to see inside it. So what we've got there is just the pictures of what it looks like on the back. Still, it is very cool. Who doesn't like a little bit of Modok? A little bit of Transformers now. Just the one each of these. Didn't go crazy on them. The Mandalorian as a retro. You can tell retro because of the fake damage around the outsides of it. And also because it is very lacking in detail and points of motion. If you want something a little bit better, this is them doing the same kind of thing, but with a much more modern style and throwing in tiny little, well, the child, but Baby Yoda. Everyone calls it Baby Yoda. You can see way more detail on there, way more articulation. Looks an awful lot cooler as well. Another one of the Way of X now. Jean Grey. Marvel Girl, apparently. I was just thinking Jean Grey, but there you go. Next up, got a couple of pop figures. I say couple. It's basically the same thing twice. But in the regular one we've got Super Saiyan Goku with energy. Not even his final form or something. I've never watched him. I don't know. I could be telling you completely the wrong out of context quote there. But that's the regular one we've got. And out of the two we ordered, we've got a glow-in-the-dark Chase. The glow-in-the-dark ones, generally, they go for quite a little bit more. Well, the Chase ones go for quite a bit more. So I'm checking online, seeing like what kind of price people are asking for them. If you want to get in contact, I'll give you what we were expecting for it. We're never going to be silly. Like, if you can buy it cheaper on eBay, we'll drop the price down kind of thing. But these Chasers do go for a little bit more, and Dragon Ball Z is always going to be popular. Let's just slide those over there at the moment, because we also have a bit of Star Wars now. This is the one that was missing from last week. I think I get that reference. Maybe it's just me like seeing memes of Dragon Ball, and it could be totally wrong. I have no idea. Yeah, this is the one that was missing last week. Who are you? Hunter, which does a very cool, quite a lot of detail on the face there. I wish I could get a better view of it, but again, multi-layered plastic covering it. But I do like the look of that one. Finally, now for merch. This was a limited order window. We got 2 in figuring. We will not be able to order them again. I'm correct. You simply can't get them anymore. Is Marvel Legends Nova. No Build-A-Figure. Nothing in there. No extra bits and pieces other than what you see, which is some extra hands, an extra head, I imagine, and a stand so you can have him flying around, which is kind of cool. I like that. Just like regular price for this, $22.99. If anyone wants to give me a shout. It's not a Build-A-Figure. I'm not entirely sure we're going to get a lot of interest right. I've just seen a slight problem with how I've organised things. I have to move a couple of bits and pieces around, just so I don't run the risk of knocking off a huge box full of comic books. So let me just slightly manoeuvre things. There we go. And I should have this box here with no risk of it falling off the counter, because nobody wants that, do they? Well, unless you do, you weirdos. Right, not many comic books. It is a quiet week. I want to just check something while I've got my thing open here. It is only a 4-week month on Wednesdays, but I think next week is like the last of the month, and there's going to be a lot more in there. But for now, we have Amazing Spider-Man. Who's just a vandal. Look at him there, hanging out on street lights, just getting in the way. J. Jonah Jameson won't stand for that. Next up, The Autumnal from Vault. Still a thoroughly enjoyable horror comic book. And now the bad news, I'm afraid. This is the 1 copy of Batman Fortnite 0 Point issue 3. We ordered quite a lot more than this, and we had quite a lot more on the invoice. That is what we've got, though. Usually when we're missing stock, we just be like, cool, it'll arrive next week. You know, it's not the end of the world, but Batman Fortnite, I honestly don't know. We might end up getting second prints of that one. Speaking of a back order, though, Batman Urban Legends issue 3. So we were 1 shy last week, but that was down to an order issue, not a diamond issue. The Bequest issue 3. Issue 1 was fun enough, but I never carried on with that. I really should at some point. Next up, Simon Spurrier, Black Knight, Curse of the Ebony Blade. Been reading a little bit of background on Black Knight recently, and I can see why Simon Spurrier would have taken it on. It feels like it is his kind of thing. Ta-Nehisi Coates' Captain America, issue 29. Catwoman, just for the one person who gets Catwoman, but it's kind of worth getting these in. They look cool. Who's doing this at the moment? It's V. Oh, man, I should be reading it. Oh, and Jordi Belair on colours. Good creative team there. Champions, Killer App Part 2. I hate to say I have dropped my Champions. I did like the start of it, but I can't help but feel at the moment there's other stuff I'd rather be reading. Sumerian, Iron Shadows in the Moon. Can't help but feel this cover is doing some kind of riff on a Dynamite thing. Maybe, maybe not. Either way, I'm sure it'll have its fans. Koshikaru the Skinner, one for the Hellboy universe, actually by Mike Mignola. One of the ones I am getting, though, and I'm absolutely loving it, and this cover, Daredevil. I'm still loving the fact that they're not looking like they're making any sign whatsoever to go back on there. Daredevil is in prison. Well, Modok is in prison. Matt Murdock's brother is pretending to be Matt Murdock, and Elektra pretends to be Daredevil. I love that this is something they're just running with, and they're not just going to do it as like, well, that was a cool idea, now let's get back to the status quo. Dr. Mystics, we were one shy last week. Oh, hang on. From George Mann, we have Indian Ward. From the start. This is one we were missing last week. This is another Scotty Young variant, so yay. There's only 3 of these. I have a feeling I should have 4. I'll have to go and double check that. Fantastic Four Life Story, the 60s. Thoroughly enjoyed when they did with Spider-Man. I don't really know much about the Fantastic Four though, so I'm not sure how that would play out. Geiger issue 2. I think that's one somebody specifically has to back order. Next up, Heroes Reborn, regular cover there, and because somebody did ask specifically for it, the Peach Monoko Stormbreakers variant. That is very cool indeed. Next up, Immortal Hulk one-shot, Time of Monsters. This is tying into the actual ongoing though, and it is heading towards the end of this run. I Walk with Monsters, issue 6, which I'm thoroughly enjoying. Jim Henson's The Storyteller Tricksters, with a nice little fox there. A couple of back orders now for somebody I don't know a little bit late in the day. So the Joker number 2 is a second print, but they've got a first print on number 3, but I think that is the variant. Either way, I think they're both the same price, yeah. And I do like that variant. That's kind of a classic looking riff. I like that one. Speaking of Ramvi, as I did earlier, The Many Deaths of Layla Starr, thoroughly enjoyed issue 1 of this one. Can't wait to give that a read. The Mighty Valkyries by Jason Aaron. Brian Azzarello with Eduardo Russo, really good creative team doing Moonshine for Image Comics. Was delayed a couple weeks, but now we have the My Little Pony annual. Another one we were one shy last week. My mistake again, this one, but thankfully we had extras in, so no problem with a slight delay for Proctor Valley Road. Another one for me, Redemption, just loving that. This one, literally not one person had put it down as an order when it came in, and usually that's a good enough reason for me not to order any of it. And I'm going to say there's going to be a slight content warning for graphic violence when I show you this. So what I'm going to show you is the front cover and then the back cover. The front cover is absolutely fine, but that gives you an extra little bit of warning that if you don't want to watch it, to turn away. So that's The Red Room by Ed Piskor. Piskor sounds more appropriate. And that's the back cover. It's, yeah, a bit much, but I have the feeling that that's going to be something that word of mouth is going to get out there, and I'm going to be grateful I ordered the extras. Runaways for my Marvel fan. Scumbag by Rick Remender. I've seen even more of that style thing coming out now. Sea of Sorrows issue 5. I think this is one where they were short at supplier level, so we only got one, and that's the second one. Shang-Chi versus the Marvel Universe. We have more of this coming. Again, this is one of those that literally one guy was down for it when I ordered it, but I will get more of it next week. No drama there. Star Wars, Bounty Hunters 12, but this is War of the Bounty Hunters Prelude Target Solo. So many preludes and setups for it. Just get to the story already. Chip Zdarsky's Stillwater. Quite a bit of Chip Zdarsky at the moment. Superman Red and Blue. I do like that cover. That is very. It almost looks as if it's like if you throw in some 3D glasses, it'd like pop off the page. Transformers Beast Wars. That's like the more simplistic cover, but when you get close in there, you can see there's a lot of work put into making it look that way. It probably computer colored, but it does look hand done, and I like that. Truth and Justice, which has been an odd little thing. I really should figure out what that's about. Another one for me now, and I've been really looking forward to this one. Undone by Blood, or The Other Side of Eden. I really enjoyed the first series. Second one has been just as good. Vengeance of Vampirella, and this one is a Dynamite cover. Some X-Men for you now with the Way of X and swashbuckling Nightcrawler. Just fun and games, really. I mean, who doesn't love that? Another one for me, but also quite a popular one. We Only Find Them When They're Dead. Excellent bit of high concept sci-fi. Not usually my thing. Like apart from Ian and Banks, I don't really go for high concept sci-fi, but that has been very, very good indeed. Wolverine. They do like putting him in vats, don't they? Just seems to be, his thing. Almost done now, though. This is the regular. This is the cardstock. It isn't damaged at all. Look, that's much nice. Well, say not damaged at all. Slight binding issues because it's a bit too thick for the binding process, but that happens on a lot of the cardstock ones. But that is the cardstock variant, which at the moment is spare because Dragons is okay with the damaged one. And finally, the X-Core, which is the other Scott Young one, which we were missing last week. If the gentleman who ordered those is watching this, basically, my sales rep has no excuse for why they weren't there. They were ordered, they were on my list, they came in stock, they just weren't picked for me. Weirdly, that usually means, well, we're invoiced, but they weren't picked and we knew they were missing. This time it's only because I chased them up, because it was 2 Scott Young variants for 2 completely different comic books. I thought, this is not right. Thankfully, it got sorted and never arrived, so apologies for the wait on that one. Right, I think that's it. What else to say? Oh, yeah, because this is usually all my customers who watch this one. We're going to have Free Comic Book Day 2020 in a couple of weeks. Basically, last year, it arrived when the lockdown was a lot more severe than it is right now. We were limiting to only like 2 customers in the store at a time, and they drip-fed them out week by week, which was probably the best idea they could do. But because we'd already paid for them, we just had to take them. We've now still got boxes and boxes and boxes of them in the back. So week on Saturday, we're going to drag them all out and let people just go crazy on it. There will actually be a Free Comic Book Day 2021 with brand new stuff coming out. That is tail end of summer. If you actually search for freecomicbookday.com, that should have all the details on there, including comic books that are available. Just be warned, I think there's at least one of them which we cannot order. I tried to order it and it got cancelled. There's always like licensing restrictions. Anything that IDW does involving Star Wars, for instance, we just can't get. So if you see that one and go, oh, I really want it, you're out of luck. It's just a licensing issue. We can't get it. You'd have to contact Diamond or actually contact IDW and ask them. I have no idea why. But yeah, that is an event we're doing. It's not going to have like the all the freebies that we usually give out for this kind of thing. I've got a lot of stuff to give away, but what I'd rather do is hang fire till the actual 2021 and make the gift bags and the goodies that we give away like even better. And absolutely chock them full of promo trading cards and posters and free comic books, and basically make it so the first 50 people through the door get an absolute ton of free stuff as well. Is that why? Damn Forbidden Planet. I knew there's a reason why I hate Forbidden Planet. They're horrible people, and you should go and tell them that. No, don't. Actually, I used to shop in Forbidden Planet. I've got no problem with them whatsoever, but that's still bad move. Not on. But that's basically it. I'm done. I'm going to try and get these sorted out. If I can, I'll try and get a review done for you today. There's really not much I've seen there in the way of brand new issue 1s, though, so I might not. I might wait until tomorrow and do review Red Room then, if I've got any left. Because I say it could be that people are just going to go crazy for it, and now they see just how brutal the artwork is. But that's it. I'm done. Stay safe, and I'll see you around. Bye.